Yo, 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 boom! How's it going? It's the Flying Pig out on Flying Pig United with another little latest Manchester United rundown news video for you of the day's latest goings on at the club and also the latest transfer dealings, if that's what you want to call it, and just the latest news, folks. We're going to cover it all in this video in this evening. So do us a favour at the start of the show and twat that like button. Give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you're new to the show as well. Get in the chat, get your thoughts in. Let's be having you and hearing from you. Let's just say hello to everyone who's in the chat. Mark Harris, what's going on? Naz786, Big Bear, Sean Collins, Merrick Galord, Bucks Fan Dan, C Talentless, United Till I Die, Say No More Gov, Joshua Whitfield, Anders Edlam, Oh Busy the Beast, Scott Berg, Sir George, The Vootinator, Nosy Bonk, Reaper King, Alec Williams, Mark Egan, Nut, Big T, Malps, and all the legends as well. Sorry if I missed any of you there, but there's so many of you legends in here. Do us a favour at the start of this show. As I say, drop a cheeky little thumbs up on this one. Share it around on the social media. That always helps us out. Get it out there on Twitter, OnlyFans, wherever you want to post it. Get it out there. Also, subscribe to the channel. That helps us out too. We're on the road to 58,500. So do hit that subscribe button if you're new to the show. Let's get into the news then. So there has been a few little updates in regards to United and some of the progress we're making. The general consensus at the moment seems like we are working on 3 different deals for Ajax players. That's pretty much where we're at. It seems like, of course, there's the Antony situation, which we're going to get into in a little bit. The Martinez situation as well. And also, of course, then there's the timber in the background as well, which is still a possibility. And then, of course, we're working on Frankie de Jong. So the latest update on Frankie de Jong that's pretty much come out this evening is that Fabrizio Romano tweeted a few hours ago, just said basically that there has been some progress. Essentially, there's been more new contact that's been made today. We can see his tweet. It says, United have made new contact today for Frankie de Jong deal. After 65 million euros new verbal bid, Barca have asked for 85 million fee. The agreement is finally getting closer as the clubs are in talks about add-ons to reach the 85 million euro full package. Work in progress between clubs. So, you know, it's not exactly a fantastic update in the sense that there's an agreement that's been made. But again, it's another round of negotiations here. Hopefully they're going to be able to agree on something soon. I mean, if you look at it on the face of it, that's not good, is it, guys? 20 million difference apart there. We've gone in with 65 million euros and they're asking for 85 million euros. That's a difference of 20 million. That's quite significant. But look, there are some other reports as well that say that, you know, really there's a significant difference. The significant difference between some of the reports is essentially down to the fact that there's add-ons in the deal. So Alex Turk reported that the close deal in question for Frankie de Jong seems to be a fixed £54 million plus bonuses, which will be rising to £69 million, which is closer to the 85 that Barca are looking for. These are the reports we heard the other day as well. And this is what's reported by Alex Turk this afternoon, that £69 million in some years' time, i.e. it's a 54 initial fee and then another £15 million down the road for various different add-ons and bonuses and things like that. So there's a couple of different, couple of different takes on this at the moment that are contradicting each other a little bit. But hey, it seems like we're making progress with Barcelona for Frankie. Surely these negotiations are going to come down to meeting somewhere in the middle, and hopefully we'll have something announced very, very soon. I mean, it would be terrible for United to take a long time to negotiate for Frankie, because at the moment, if you hear what Fabrizio just said, if you look at what Fabrizio said there, where he said, you know, there's a 65 million euro new verbal bid. Barca are asking for 85 million. The agreement is finally getting closer as the clubs are in talks about add-ons. So still seems there's a bit of work to do here, folks. You know what I mean? This is just classic meandering Manchester United here. It's taken a long time. But they clearly don't want to be bent over. They clearly want to take the time to negotiate, of course, to try and get the deal down for them to save as much money as possible. Rather than getting their man in sooner, they'll just take them the extra time, even if it takes another couple of weeks, guys. But we can't be having that. I mean, let's face it, it's getting closer. It's almost to the point now where it looks like it's going to happen. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's a definite. No, never do until they're stood there holding the shirt with Erik ten Hag. If he stood there doing that, then I'll believe that it's 100% done. But until that moment comes, you can never say for definite. But it is edging towards Frankie de Jong looking likely he will be a Man United player soon. Come on! I hope it's the case anyway, because we do desperately need to get this guy in, because we've got a shambles of a midfield, and we actually need to start preparing for the rest of the awful positions we've got in the team that we need to strengthen also. Because we have got a bunch of old gasho merchants at the football club. Mr. Slabo Maguire definitely needs to be some competition coming in for him. And in the middle of the pitch as well, we need some more reinforcements. And at the top of the pitch too. So we definitely have to start focusing on some other areas. So getting the Jong deal across the line is basically the biggest thing we can do right now. And as I can see your comment, it says, I give up if there's McFred next season. Well, I feel that, brother. Well, hopefully, look, Ten Hag's coming. Hopefully, he will be able to get the best out of some of these players. Who knows what the future holds for Fred? I don't really rate McTominay. Fred, I think, has got a role to play in the squad. That's about it for me. But, I mean, here's a picture of Ten Hag earlier on, guys. Come on, get in there. Let's get some applause emojis in there, my friends, for the Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin. Here he is, holding court, having his first sort of meet and introductions. Here you go, with the squad today. Lots of players, of course, attending Carrington today, early doors. And there's Ten Hag just to have his first meeting with some of these players. The new era begins. The Ten Hag era is now underway at Man United. Let's hope it's a good era and not a shite era. Because I'll tell you what, it could be a very difficult era if we don't strengthen this summer to begin with. Certainly the initial period of time, I think, will be very difficult if we don't get some big baller players in there. Fred was okay, to be fair, Mark Hoffland. For Fred, for what I would desire from Fred, for what I'm looking for from Fred, which is just to be industrious, I think he's, and just, I'm not expecting the world from him. I think he lived up to expectations for the season. He's one of the few players to do just about satisfactory. Everybody else, more or less, apart from Ronaldo and De Gea, was shite. Thank you for the applause emojis, Nas and Dizzy there. Nice one. I like your style. So, just wanted to mention that because it's a nice photo there. I'll make it a bit bigger there. There's Ten Hag talking with all of the playing staff there. Some of the, not all of the playing staff, but the playing staff that had already, come back for pre-season essentially already. So making his introductions there, very nice to see. Yeah, it's also just in regards to Ten Hag's training session before I get into the rest of the transfer news and stuff. So Erik Ten Hag actually oversaw what's considered a mammoth training session with Man United squad today, which lasted for more than 2 hours. So he's getting in there raw already with these new regimes, these new training methods, maybe just giving them a little baptism of fire, telling them, yeah, this is what we're expecting. We're expecting double the work. That's what I'm all about. Also, club sources say that Ten Hag, addressed a combined group of first team players and under 21 players for several minutes at the start of the session, and he was flanked by McLaren and Mitchell van der Gaag as well. That's via Samuel Luckhurst. So he's getting at it, guys. He's getting at it now. Come on. We got big hopes for Erik Ten Hag at United. He needs all the help he can get from those Glazer shithouses. Let's hope that it's just a matter of time before we announce a deal. So, yeah, the latest really is that we're still making negotiations. Fab said that there's basically more progress, work is in progress, essentially, between the two clubs here. So there's just there's almost an agreement, really, with how much they'd be happy to take up front. It's just about sorting out the initial add-ons and making the overall package suitable enough for Barcelona. But let's play that game again, guys. It's that sort of time. Let's play. I almost feel like we should get a sweepstakes going for this. In fact, I might do that, guys, just at this moment in time. Yeah, maybe I'll do that, guys. I mean, it's hard to do it right now when I've just thought of it, but maybe I'll do this. Maybe we should have a prize for the people that guess the correct amount of money that he actually goes for, you know what I mean? How much money do you think it takes for Man United to sign Frankie de Jong from Man United? And what's the figure we actually pay in pounds? What do you think, guys? Let's play the game. I think 69 million, dude. 69 dudes. That's what some of the reports have been. I could understand if there was like 54 million up front and 15 million down the line. Something like that. Oh, we got a super chat here from Divish Aurora. Divish Aurora, thank you so much for the super chat there. Appreciate you. He says, in your opinion, which players will we sign? Thank you so much for the super chat there. Let's get a Sue in there. Thank you so much there. To be honest, I think we will end up getting 3 players before the tour, and we probably won't do much. Well, maybe not even before the tour, but just 3 players this summer transfer window. I think it'll probably be a disappointment in some area. It usually is. Last season, we did 3 great signings, and we ended up not strengthening in the midfield, which was the key area. We'll probably bottle it somewhere. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with 3 signings. I think we'll get Antony. I think we'll get De Jong. And I think we'll get Christian Eriksen. other than that, I don't feel confident. I'd like to think we'll go for a defender as well, but with that Timber business, who knows? Will we go in for Lisandro Martinez? Arsenal in for him. We know that United are not made a bid at this moment, though we are supposed to have some sort of interest in him. So, it's a tough one. I mean, we've got this info from Graham Bailey that came out this evening as well, that United are ready to battle Arsenal for Lisandro Martinez. Martinez and Ajax teammate Antony have both made it clear they want to leave the club this summer. So, yeah, there are a lot of reports as well coming out this evening surfacing that are suggesting that Antony does not really want to stay at Ajax. He wants to go. Fabrizio a few hours ago tweeted and said that new contacts will take place soon for Antony. Players Camp wants Ajax to consider potential proposals already this summer. As reported last week, Ajax insist they want 80 million euros. Manchester United are focused on Jong, but Antony's still one of the top names on the list. So, and also, there were some other reports saying Antony wants to come to United. He thinks his next step is the Premier League for him to progress his career. He likes Erik ten Hag and loves United as a club. That's what I want to hear. Come on home, Antony. Come on home. This is what I want. I want players who want to play for Manchester United. I want players who know what a great club this is and want to come and play here. And the fact that Ten Hag's here and he's got that relationship with him, that's brilliant. But anyway, so it looks like we could be making some sort of headway there with Ajax. There's talks going on behind the scenes for a couple of players. It could be Lisandro Martinez. It also could be Antony we're discussing. I wouldn't even rule out some sort of offer at some point, maybe not now, but later on in the window for Jurriën Timber again. It just depends who really is available at the time. I mean, if Arsenal go and pay the money for Martinez and he's scooped out from underneath Ten Hag's nose, then what can he do? He's going to have to go on to somebody else. If Timber decides that his best option is to stay at Ajax in order to get in Louis van Gaal's Netherlands team for the Qatar World Cup, then he'll have to move on to somebody else. But right now, we've got a bunch of Ajax targets, players who play for Ajax who are potential signings for Manchester United because of that link with Ten Hag. Antony, of course, Lisandro Martinez, Timber, and even one or two others have been mentioned as well, but, not heavily. So we are working on a few players, guys. We're working on a few players, so we should. There's all sorts of business being done by all sorts of teams. I think Chelsea are in for Sterling now, aren't they? Did I see that tonight or something like that? There's all sorts of transfer dealings going on with other clubs. And Rafinha to Arsenal, etc. There's lots of business, lots of negotiations, lots of bids being made. So what does this tell us? I mean, we've seen that Ajax insist they want 80 million euros. That's not a figure that they're realistically going to get for this guy. They're just playing hardball. They know that United have got money. They know that we are looking to spend that money. And I'm actually a bit pissed off with Ajax, to be honest. I'm actually a bit annoyed with them with their lack of sort of playing fair ball with Man United here. We know they're a selling club. Bayern Munich are like their best fucking bum buddies or something. What's that all about? Why do they just give Bayern Munich easy players for cheap? Come on, Ajax, play the game. Edwin van der Sar, mate. Get on the blower, son. You know what I mean? Like, can't we get a nice cheeky little deal done? Less than 80. I mean, don't make me laugh with 80 million euros for Antony. It's a ridiculous figure to pay. We won't pay that. It's just a figure that they're bandying around in order to try and get as much money as possible. United will obviously negotiate that down heavily and probably pay 55 million euros. I'm calling it, guys. How much do you think we pay for Antony in the end as well? But 55 million euros is where I'm at with him. 80 million is redonkulous. Maybe with a couple extra million in add-ons and things like that. But he's not an 80 million euro player. That's crazy stuff. I mean, you can go and get like a serious Premier League proven player with, more experience for that sort of money. 50 million, says Sir George. Mark Harris says no signings incoming. Watch for it. Glazers out. Well, hey, look, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? That if they didn't sign anyone, Mark Harris, and it meant that they're not buying any, spending any money because they want to sell the club, I'd be happy about that, mate. Surely these turds want to get out soon. You know what I mean? Like, surely they know that they're hated. Like, they're absolutely hated at Manchester United. I don't think there's any real... Maybe there's some small pockets of the fan base that don't really think they're that bad because they spend money, and maybe these people are just dumb. But everybody else realises that they're just parasites. So I think nobody wants them. They're hated at this football club. Surely they should just do one. 60 to 70, says Jose Bravo. 40, says Jason Ewing. 150 million for Rice is even more idiotic, says Johan. Yeah, well, that's crazy monies, mate. Who's going to pay that for Declan Rice, mate? That's unbelievable. 80 million is silly money, says Dean N. Exactly. It's not going to happen, is it, folks? Hi there, Francois Cock. What's going on? Pogo says 80 million for Antony, yet City got Phillips for 45. And I personally think Phillips is overpriced at 42 or whatever they paid for him as well. And Gabriel Jesus, both those players are sort of overpriced, if you ask me. But Antony, exactly, Antony shouldn't be costing any more than those guys. Definitely not. I mean, those guys have got the Premier League experience as well, and that counts for something. So you're absolutely right. When it comes to doing deals with these football clubs, that 80 million figure is just an absolute ridiculous number. That's not real. That's not real. It's not what they're going to get for him. I don't think they'll send him to anybody for that sort of fee. So United still working on Antony. There is contacts that have been made, of course. Contacts will take place again soon. It says the players' camp wants Ajax to consider potential proposals. So just to analyse that for a second, it seems like, you know, his camp and his team, they are pushing for a move for Antony. In an ideal world, they'd like to oversee a move from Ajax to Manchester United. He's understood to want to play in the Premier League. He's understood to really like Manchester United as a football club. And so therefore it seems like quite a realistic proposition as long as United and Ajax can agree on a fee. Hey, we got a £10 super chat there from UK Nation PS4 Gamer. Dude, thank you very much for your super chat, lad. I appreciate that. Let's read this out. He says, Antony will come first. Late transfer for Jong in the summer window. Ooh. Interesting, UK Nation. Well, it is interesting how this evening the Antony situation, Antony news and the Antony hype train has just all of a sudden picked up again, and there's loads of reports coming out about it that contacts are going to be made soon. So maybe you're onto something, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, I still think that probably the first signing will probably be Christian Eriksen. I mean, I hope that we get him anyway. He might well go to Brentford. And then I still think that De Jong might come in pretty soon. But it's a fair point you make, UK Nation PS4 Game. You just never know. Some of these deals are complicated and they take a bit of time. There's lots of negotiations. If we hear what's sort of going around in terms of the rumours at the moment, United and Barcelona still haven't reached an agreement on a fee. So they're getting closer, and maybe they're ironing out some fine details, but there's still no official agreement in place. So there's still a bit of time left in that negotiation and that transfer. That's not going to happen overnight. I'm with you on that one. But still, though, we haven't even started to begin to put in an offer or really anything with Antony and Ajax yet properly. I mean, we've been discussing it, but it does say new contacts will take place soon, which means that we're probably going to go in for him and at least try. Hey, Mark Harris, thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, Glazers sucking at the debit card teat. CCV 876. Thank you so much there, Mark Harris, for your super chat as well. Guys, can we get a couple of soos in the chat? One there for UK Nation PS4 Gamer and another one for Marky Harris. Thank you guys for the super chats there. Yeah, Damien Michael, what's going on? Oh, by the way, shout out to Bell6991. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but let's get some love hearts in there for Bell, man, because he became a member right at the start of the stream. Thank you so much to Bell6991 for being a long time Don. Absolute legend. Okay, so Antony's pushing for a move to Manchester United, guys. That's what it seems like. And if United are prepared to reach an agreement with Ajax and give them what they want, Antony could soon be a United player, because there's not much that would hold that deal up, such as the Frankie de Jong deal. The Frankie de Jong deal is quite complicated. There's a lot of issues. Barca, for a start, want a set amount of money that is just a huge amount of money. He's got big wages. He doesn't really want to leave Barca per se. So there is some stumbling blocks there. But in regards to that Antony deal, if United just put in a bid for him and Ajax accepted it, that could be done in a matter of a couple of days. So, just fly him over, quick medical, get all the details done, reach an agreement on terms and things like that, and it can be all done pretty quickly. So I really hope that happens, guys. I mean, let's just ask the live chat. What's your gut feeling on Antony to United? Do you think that we go for him? Do you think that we do sign him, or do you think that he stays at Ajax? Let's have a little vote in the live chat. I'll just a yes or no answer would do. Do Manchester United sign Antony this summer? Yes or no? Yes or no? My gut feeling is yes, because we do now need some more forward players as well. You look at what happened with Darwin Núñez. We missed out on him. So I think it's fair to say that, we could do with definitely getting a different option for him, for a forward player. I mean, I know he's not a striker, but he can score goals. He's a winger. He's young. He's versatile. So he could be a good acquisition. Yes, says Hamza Patel. Yes, says Devon, they do. No, says the Vutinator. Rushmano says we've got 80 likes. 248 watching, 80 likes. We can do better than that, lads and lasses. Let's have a cheeky little bacon brigade. Like Spike. Please do take a second to smash that thumbs up, guys. It's free. That's all we ask. And also share it around on the social medias. That helps us out and help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporation shite, etc. Drop a thumbs up and you know it makes sense. Get your thoughts in here too, guys. Everyone's welcome to have their say as long as you're not a complete Tommy Tanker. But yeah, keep it clean. Keep it clean. But as I was saying, there is a belief that, you know, United are looking to go and get a couple of these players in from Ajax, and also an alternative to Darwin Núñez, essentially. So look, we've got an update here that says United alternative option to Darwin Núñez is Antony. The player is desperate to move to Manchester United, so it does seem like he's pretty keen to come and play for us. Shout out to Matty Rushmano's page, transfers_UTD as well, which gives us the latest updates and stuff. But there's lots and lots of news and different outlets reporting that Antony really wants to play for United, and he is essentially his team is pushing for a move. So positive stuff, folks, in regards to Antony. Let's hope it's all true. Bit of a battle for Antony, and also maybe even for Lisandro Martinez. Hopefully we do go in for a centre-back. We do need a defender. I think if you look at another problem area of our team, it's definitely that defensive position. The midfield is going to be addressed here with Jong and maybe even Donny, because Donny's kind of like a new signing at the moment, really. He feels like it to me because he's just come back and he's going to be working with Ten Hag, somebody that's had that working relationship with him. He's had never really much given opportunities to United. Now it's time for Donny. So it could be Donny and De Jong running the show in midfield. Doesn't sound very physical, but maybe they can do it in terms of their technicalities and their passing, controlling the game, that sort of thing. And then all you need to do then is just sort that defence out, because it is shite. I would like to see a new wing-back come in, probably a right-back, somebody who's got a little bit more bottle about them, somebody that can do both defending and attacking, not just one or the other like we've currently got at the moment with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. And then you look at the centre-back position. I mean, that's got to be addressed, folks. As good as Varane is, he's injury-prone all the time. And we know what human Slabby Maguire's all about, guys. And I say human because, well, it's debatable. No, just saying he's a human fridge of a man, isn't he? That's the reality of it. He's a bit of a liability. So I personally think we've got to do something there, because if we go into the new season with Maguire at the back and Dalot at right back, or Wan-Bissaka at right back even, it's just not quite good enough, especially for a Ten Hag system, I don't think. But I do actually rate Aaron Wan-Bissaka as the defender, just to be clear. I think under Ollie he was pretty solid all the time. But he's not good going forward. In a modern game, you need somebody who can do both. We are only looking for Ajax players. We need to expand our search, says Divish Aurora. And Nkunku signed new contract. What's that? Is that true, Jason Ewing, that? Anyway, okay, interesting. I'll get Matty Rushmano on the case there. Okay, so new contacts will take place for Antony. We're hoping that Man United can maybe get that deal done at some point soon. He's interested in coming. There's a feeling that we could be pushing for him. And we're also reportedly interested in 3 Ajax players. We're reportedly going to be having discussions at some point this summer for players like Jurriën Timber, Lisandro Martinez, and Antony. So they don't want to sell all of their players, though, which is a big issue. A little while ago, though, we did have an update from Marcel van der Kraan, Dutch journalist, who said that it's the Timber deal was absolutely dead in the water. The player, I think, was ready to come. His agents went over to London to United's offices 2 weeks ago, had very good talks. The money was never a problem. This is what he said to Sky Sports. But then one man turned up, Louis van Gaal. He told the player in the Dutch camp, look, if you go there, I think your chances could be limited for playing for Holland in the World Cup 3 months later. So for Timber, it's also unknown whether or not he would actually move to United. If he feels like he's not got the ability, though, to push into United's side and convince Louis to take him to the World Cup, then I'm going to be honest, maybe he's not the sort of player that we want anyway, because surely we would want somebody that's like, well, it doesn't matter, I'm going to go over there and boss it and make it undeniable, my friends. So there is that, guys, there is that. Let's just have a look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I remember that now. I remember that Nkunku news. Now, Christopher Nkunku, right, yeah. Sign it, right, got you. I remember this now. Thank you very much, Rushmano, for sending me that info. So, yeah, bitter old LVG, says Bucks fan. Bitter old LVG. This is the problem with this guy. He seems to be holding a little bit on to the fact that he got sacked after winning that FA Cup. But anyway, look, we don't know if Timber's realistic, but the other guys, they should be. I just need to pay the money now. I mean, there's players like Martinez. They're probably going to be available for 50 million euros. I don't love paying that sort of money, but we need to spend to get these players in. Otherwise, we're going to be scratching around for players before the season starts. And actually, we should be getting these deals done before pre-season, because otherwise it's just bad preparation for the season. So we'll see how we get on, folks. But it's important that we focus on Frankie de Jong, it seems at the moment, to get that deal over the line, because at least we are in direct negotiations and discussions with Barcelona for Frankie. Whereas these other players, it's more or less just sort of speculative stuff. I mean, we know that we're in the midst of some serious, quite heated transfer discussions and negotiations for Frankie de Jong. So that's very realistic that transfer gets done sooner or later. The only problem there is that because it's such a large amount of money involved, and there could be somewhat of a discrepancy or difference in the amount that both teams want to pay, is it can take a little bit of time for them to meet somewhere in the middle. But I think it's going to happen, guys. I mean, smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that Frankie de Jong will be a United player come the end of the window. It could be one that drags on a couple of weeks. I really hope it doesn't. I hope we get him in before we leave for the tour. But if we don't, then it's not the end of the world, I suppose, as long as maybe we've got 2 or 3 other players in. End of the day, United don't want to get bent over for the transfer, but we should also be prepared to pay the money to get him in early, because that's a premium that you should do, I think, if you can. I'm not talking a huge amount, but I mean, how much is an extra couple of weeks of negotiations going to really make that much difference? A few million? I mean, come on. Daryl says, Ten Hag, love heart eyes. Twanzebe to be sold, says Rushmano. Yeah, Twanzebe. There needs to be a couple of these other players as well that are going to be going. Madhouse says 1. Sir George Francois. Lots of people. Rushmano says 100%. Nut doesn't think so. He says 2. Daryl says 69. He doesn't think so too. Mark Coughlin's unsure. Fair play. I mean, nobody knows, do we? We'll have to wait and see. But it does look like it's pushing towards that. It seems like it's Ten Hag's priority. That's what Man United have been working on all summer long. So if we don't get him now, we look like a right bunch of tits, don't we? Just imagine that reality where we do not get him. It would be quite pathetic. So we're all praying and hoping that we get him announced in the next few days. It can happen. Just need United to agree with Barcelona now. And that could be in the next couple of hours, or it could be in the next couple of days, or it could take weeks. This is down to the United's recruitment team. And it's also down to Barca to decide. And who knows how long it's going to take, guys. But hopefully not that long. Right, okay, I've got a few more bits and bobs to get into here, guys. What's this? Okay, so Manchester United have ended their pursuit of Daniel Bachmann. Interesting. That's what there's some been reports that have come out anyway, that unwilling to pay what the Championship side wanted. I don't really understand that, us going for a goalkeeper anyway, in all fairness, because, yeah, okay, so what's happened with Tom Heaton? And, yeah, Henderson's going out on loan. Can we just bang in a youth keeper as a third choice if we absolutely need him? Okay, fair enough. I mean, I don't really understand this pursuit of the goalkeeper. It seems like we're focusing on that when we should be focusing on some other stuff as well. Didn't we sign a young goalie earlier as well? A young 16-year-old keeper as well? Hey, Paul Clayton, Ten Hag's Reds, what's going on, bro? How you getting on? How you been? I haven't seen you for ages, mate. What's happening? Hope you're doing well, dude. Welcome in the stream. How's it going? What's your thoughts on this window so far? Right, okay, so yeah, there's not been much going on today, has there, folks? There's a little bit of progress taking place, like it seems, with Barca, United, and for de Jong, and we're also in at some point maybe for Antony, Lisandro Martinez, maybe even Jurriën Timber. There's a few players on Ajax that are definitely on Man United and Ten Hag's radar, so we're hopeful that some of those players could be coming over to United also. And then we know that we're working on Christian Eriksen. The situation with Eriksen has not changed. He's just waiting to make a decision. There's a few offers on the table. Man United's probably one of the most attractive ones, but it might not be the most attractive one. It depends on factors like if he wants to play every week, which he could do at Brentford, how much money he's being paid, of course, and also things like Champions League football. We don't have it. So we'll have to wait and see which decision he makes, but that should be in the next couple of days too. Hopefully it is United. If we ended up, though, not getting Christian Eriksen, it's an insult. It's an embarrassment. If he goes to one of these other teams, at this stage, with how important it is for United to strengthen and get players and sign players, and everybody else isn't doing business, I think it would be quite embarrassing. However, if we do get him and we do manage to fend off the interest of those other teams, it's actually an absolute masterstroke and a bit of a genius move from United. So let's hope for that outcome. Because if he does go somewhere else, it's an insult, it's embarrassing. If he goes to United, it's a big boost. We're still capable of getting a player like Eriksen, who's a good player. We're still capable of fending off the interests of other clubs. But also, it's just a boost for us because we need it. We need to sign somebody, don't we? It's getting silly now. We got to sign somebody, and it would be a shrewd piece of business to bring in a player of that caliber for zero transfer fee and just a small signing on fee and wages and things like that. So I would be loving it if we could get him in there. Yeah, price of a free Pentos. Benjamin Bessemer, what's going on? Says, good, just praying Piggy acknowledge my message about Antony as it's a smart idea. Oh, what's that, mate? Hang on a second. Benjamin Bessemer, sorry I missed that, boss. Let's go up and see in regards to Antony what you're talking about, boss, if I can find it. Benjamin says, it's so fudging simple. 40 to 50 million pounds plus Andreas Pereira on a permanent deal and Ahmad Diallo on loan for a year should sweeten the deal as they're getting players. Benjamin Bessemer with an absolute monster comment. I love it. I love your comment. I love the way you think. There is things we can do to sweeten the deal with Ajax. I mean, we sold them Daily Blind before. There's one or two players we could, I suggest, go back in the opposite direction. Fulham have had a bid in the other day for Andreas Pereira. They're in for him for about 10 million euros, though. So, but you're onto something there. He could do decent there. There's a couple of players. What would they not take Phil Jones if we paid a portion of his contract? It's not like anybody else is going to take Phil Jones, but maybe they would. Oh shit, UK Nation PS4 Gamer has upgraded his channel membership to the Sausage Soldiers. Guys, let's get a sausage emoji in there. Come on. Mate, thank you so much, UK Nation PS4 Gamer, for being a triple legend and being a sausage soldier of the channel, mate. Thank you very much. Guys, let's get a sue in there for the legend. Thank you very, very much, my friend, for being a sausage soldier. Gary Mattingly has just sent a super chat in as well. And he says, how's it going, Piggy? I believe United are waiting for FFP to reset Thursday to get Jong. Ooh, Gary Mattingly. Interesting, my friend. Very interesting. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not too sure that would necessarily slow all that much down, though, wouldn't it, in terms of, like, getting certain agreements in place. It's not like you actually have to finalize the deal until that day. So I see what you're saying, but also they could have got some provisional things in place and had these deals wrapped up, you know. So I don't think there's any excuse for them being slow. I don't accept that. I mean, City spent a shitload of money last year and they've already got Haaland in and stuff. I don't know about that. But hey, fair play to you, my son. Thank you very much for your super chat. We've got a Spurs fan, Gary Mattingly, getting in here. Appreciate that. Let's get another Sue in there. 0793 says, so Piggy, are you confident in Man U's transfer strategy to get your targets in soon? I mean, I'm not, to be honest. I mean, I would be as confident as, I don't know, Phil Jones and Harry Maguire competing in the 4x100 relay in the men's 100 sprint at the Olympics. That's about how confident I would be at it, mate. I don't think they do too well. I think probably Phil Jones would fumble the baton to Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire would lose a first place finish all the way to 9th place. That's what I reckon in his leg. So I personally think that no. I'm not got no confidence in our transfer strategy, bud. It's going to take a long time, I think, to get some of these players in even now. Maguire will stay, says core number one. Please no. Please no. I want to see him out. Hashtag Slabby out. It's time that this guy was parted ways with, I think. I keep going on about it, and it's not the biggest pressing issue, I don't think. I think more of an important issue is just to take the armband off him and get it to someone else, and he can play a squad role, I suppose, worst case scenario. But I think because of who he is, because of how much he's sort of worth and what his position was in the squad, and playing for England, I think you could get some money for him. I just pray that there is a club out there wacky enough to want to put in a decent offer for Harry Maguire and tempt us, because they're not going to sell him for nothing, because he did cost them 80 million. But if there's a crazy, crazy individual out there that thinks that Harry Maguire would be good business at 30 mil, then maybe we should just cash in. And there's going to be no FIFA tonight, to be fair there, Diamond 94. It's a night off for me, lad. Hey there, Ellie. What's going on? What's happening? How you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for getting in. I hope you're having a good one. How are you getting on? Also, Arizona McGuinness, welcome in there. And thank you, everyone else. So sorry if I'm missing any of you guys. Disco Dave, great to see you too. So many legends getting in. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express tonight. Arizona says, I'm waiting for the announcement where they confirm Kettering Town has agreed terms with Maguire. Hopefully not too long. But just on this, Andy Mitten reported that earlier on that Barcelona also asked about the availability of central defender Harry Maguire, but Eric Ten Hag wants to work with him, and Man United have no interest in selling him. You know, I mean, who makes this shit up, guys? I don't know, but all I know is that is a load of bollocks. I really doubt that they would be interested in Harry Maguire, and if they were interested in Maguire, then surely we would be interested in playing ball. If Ten Hag really rates Maguire, then, sorry, Ten Hag out. You know what I mean? There's an issue with his judgment then, if that's the case. But no, I don't think that's the case. I think what will happen, this is the realistic thing. Harry Maguire would turn into the new £80 million Phil Jones, where he just sits on the bench most of the time doing sweet FA, and then we have to sign somebody else to replace him, which hopefully will come this window, if not next window, but hopefully we do get a defender in there. Maguire will turn into a big Phil Jones replacement, and he'll just hopefully get bought at some point by some desperate team, but I don't actually see a place for him in Ten Hag's starting 11, guys. And the captaincy definitely needs to go elsewhere. So I'm not having it that Maguire's a good enough player for Man United. He's a good enough player maybe for this Man United side currently because the standard is so shite. But that standard has been set by the previous management. You got to say Solskjaer had a bit of a mare by just playing the same old players week in, week out and allowing the standard to slip a bit. And of course, the Glazers shithouses from the start of when they've been in, certainly post-Fergie, with the standards just massively slipping. But Maguire with the captaincy is just everything that's wrong about Man United at the moment. So you can't take it off of him and give it to old CR7. Okay, let's just have a look at these last couple of updates that are coming in tonight. Yeah, thank you very much for this, Rushmano. So basically what's come out as well is that United are hoping that Ajax will lower their asking price significantly. So it's not just a case of, oh, it's 80 million euros or nothing. Of course, we are going to be able to have a little bit of a contact with them and negotiate with them and try and bring them down and convince them to sell them to us for closer to 50 or 60 million euros. Hopefully that's the case. And also, like Benjamin Bessemer said, we can sweeten the deal with some of these teams. There are some players that maybe teams would want. I know I was only joking with Phil Jones. I don't really think many teams would want Phil Jones. But actually, Eric Bailly is good, solid defender, mate. Good, committed, physical, quick defender. He's injury prone. He's a bit reckless, but he's a good defender. Somebody would want him for 8 million quid. So you could use him as a little bit of a sweetener of a deal for them. How's about Alex Telles? Alex Telles has Ajax player written all over him, mate. You know, I mean, he really does. Like, for just a season or two, he really does. I mean, you think about us having Luke Shaw. Maybe at some point we need a new left back. Tagliafico over at Ajax is actually being linked with Brighton at the moment for a potential replacement to Mark Cucurella. And so, therefore, that leaves a little bit of a space there where maybe they would be looking to bring in a left back. We've got Telles. He's a little bit of a sweetener of a deal. We've still got Luke Shaw. We've still got Brando Williams. There's still youngsters coming through such as Alvaro Fernandez and stuff who could play there. Like, we would be okay in that position if we let Telles go. I'm not sure. I don't think anybody would really be bothered if Telles went, to be honest, if it's sweetened the deal to get this guy in. Telles is a very good player, but he's not defensively robust enough for me. I mean, he's a bit of a Brazilian wax job. But we could probably do with getting this guy in to help us out. And then if that can sweeten the deal, it's a really good point. Exactly, Divish Aurora says Alvaro Fernandez can replace Telles. Exactly. So we've already got players who can come in and do a job there as a backup behind Luke Shaw. And then you could maybe use him as a make weight to go and get Antony. And there's not just him. There's other players also that we can use to maybe get new deals done. So I think it's definitely possible that we could bring Antony in for a lot less money than 80 million euros because that's an insane amount of money for him for a start. So it'd probably be closer to, I don't know, 60 million euros anyway. But by the time you've added a player, it could be a lot less. You don't see a lot of exchange deals, but hopefully you can get something done. I mean, you know, it works for everybody. Ajax, think about Ajax's situation right now. Everybody's after their players. They've already sold a handful of players, and there's already a line of teams that are queued up looking to sign Ajax's players. So Martinez is potentially going to Ajax. There's talks of Tagliafico to Brighton. We're after a few of their players ourselves. And then there's other teams and other players that probably other teams are after as well. So they are going to have a skeleton squad next season, or at least they're going to have to dip into the transfer window and buy a lot of players. they'll probably do what they always do and buy youngsters and, you know, up and comers and do it like that and just stick to the model. But if they did want to like help, a little helping hand, hey, here's Amad Diallo on loan for the season. Hey, here's a cheeky little bit of Alex Telles to sweeten the deal in the opposite direction. Just maybe they would like that because it does help them. It does stop them having to go out there and doing a whole new deal. There's already a deal on the table and they can do two birds, one stone type thing. I almost said 2 girls, 1 cup then. Anyway, so... yeah, Dear Visual Roy says, we can even loan Diallo or Pelistri to Ajax. That's a great shout, my friend. That is a wonderful, wonderful comment. Exactly, there's options for United to maybe sweeten the deal. Just a loan move would be good. Disco Dave, thank you, Disco Dave, man. He says, everyone smash the like button for the piggy and the lovely Ellie. Oh, thank you so much, Disco Dave. Yes, please. Do hit that thumbs up button if you have not done so. That would be absolutely amazing. Please do twat that like. As I like to say, hit the like button. Also, share it if you want, guys. That does help us out and get a couple new people in here. Just a cheeky little retweet, something like that. And also, subscribe. That's what I'll say to everybody here. Help us get to 58,500. We're 25 subscribers away before this video. Maybe we could hit it during this show if you, that's right, you in your underpants there, hit that subscribe button right now if you're new to the show and click that little bell icon too, like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells! So you do get notified when we go live, which is pretty much every day, guys, with the latest news. Nice. Okay, well, let's just do a quick rundown, folks. Let's just do a quick rundown of what's going on. And I will get into the live chat. We'll have a bit of a Q&A and stuff and see what's going on. So let's have a little recap. So just some of the day's news, basically. Garnacho would have been entitled to 3 weeks off after playing the Toulon tournament for Argentina under-20s, but returned to pre-season like a Don early to get stuck in and convince Ten Hag that he's the man for him. Also, United looking for an option of an alternative to Darwin Núñez, of course, which is why the Antony speculation is intensified as well. And there's reports coming out that we are now going to be making contact soon for Antony. Fabrizio a few hours ago tweeted, new contacts will take place soon for Antony. Players Camp wants Ajax to consider potential proposal ready this summer. As reported last week, Ajax insist they want 80 million euros. Also reported that that Antony wants to leave Ajax really for Manchester United if the opportunity is presented himself. He thinks it's be a big step playing in the Premier League, and he's known to like Manchester United as well. And he also really likes Erik Ten Hag, so it makes a bit of sense if United to go in for him to maybe, get a deal done reasonably quickly. It shouldn't be too many things standing in our way. Also, there is a potential battle for defender Lisandro Martinez as well. United understood to have an interest in him, but also Arsenal are interested in this guy too, so they are making bids. United have yet to actually table an offer. If anybody's going to sign him at this moment, it looks like maybe it'd be the Arsenal Hollands, as they've had 1 or maybe 2 offers knocked back. So they're actually in proper negotiations with Ajax. United would maybe miss out on this guy as well. Would I swap De Jong for Bruno? Definitely not Mark Egan, no. I wouldn't actually. No, I think we need to keep hold of Bruno Fernandes. I know he had a bad season, but I think he's a special player, and I think we can bring him back to being that special player. For the first 18 months, it was a toss-up between who was better out of De Bruyne and Bruno. Let's not get carried away here. He had 1 bad season. I'm prepared to give him a chance. Anyway, so there you go. Also, De Jong contact. Man United have made new contact today for Frankie De Jong deal. After 65 million euros new verbal bid, Barca are asking for 85 million euros fee. The agreement's finally getting closer as clubs are in talks about add-ons to reach an 85 million euro package. So it looks like we are progressing somewhat in the sense of, well, there's discussions taking place trying to finalize things like the add-ons. So maybe they're quite happy with the initial amount that's being offered. They're just trying to squeeze a few more extra million out of us with add-ons and bonuses. And there's just a few little things to work out. So it seems like it's quite far away, really. It does seem like it's quite advanced at this stage, maybe. Also, you know what we mentioned earlier as well about Raheem Sterling. So Chelsea owner Todd Bowley contacted City today to check on the valuation of both Nathan Ake and Raheem Sterling, with the London club keen to sign both. This is what's being reported now. So Chelsea's starting to make some moves in the transfer window. It was only really us and Chelsea who were sort of fanning around doing sweet FA. Now it looks like they've opened talks with City over a double move for Sterling and Ake. So they're going in for a couple of players from Man City. Maybe Man City looking to move some of the old heads on. Aki's not really. He's sort of, he's sort of surplus there really. And Sterling's had a great time of it at City, but if they're looking to cash in while they can, maybe now's a good window to sell him. Juventus also are still holding out for big money for De Ligt. There's talks that, Chelsea could be interested in him and various other different teams interested in De Ligt. United should be interested in De Ligt. So we've had a long plan, apparently long-term idea of moving for De Ligt if he left Juventus. But Chelsea are the ones that are pushing for him at the moment as well, is what's being understood. And the amount of money that's involved because of who we're signing at the moment, dealing with Barca for Frankie de Jong and some of these other players that are linked to us as well. It's just too much money. If De Ligt moves in this transfer window, it's unlikely that we'll be able to afford him because we're already going for de Jong and Antony and Eriksen and some other players. I don't know if we should. That's what United should do. But I don't know if we would spend another 60 or 70 million in order to get De Ligt. So I really hope that De Ligt does not go to Chelsea, and I hope that he stays around in Serie A, because I think maybe that could be a great signing for us next summer. I would love to get De Ligt in all fairness. Guys, smash a 1 in the live chat if you'd like to get De Ligt in. I mean, if you think about it, it's like getting the old band back together. It's the sort of players that have come from that Ten Hag Dutch total football style there through Ajax and stuff, and it just makes a lot of sense to get that sort of vibe going if Ten Hag's successful. Mark Egan thinks so. Big T thinks so. Hey, Zayn Miassi. What's going on there, Zayn Miassi? Thank you for your super chat, boss. Really, really appreciate that, mate. Let's see what you got to say for yourself there. By the way, everybody, we are on 146 likes. We're only 4 away from 150. Let's get a target of the stream of 200 likes tonight. And let's be having you, my friends. Where are you? Let's be having you. Nice one. Thank you, Zayn. What have you got to say for yourself then? He says, Pig, I've been watching highlights of Rafinha from Leeds. He makes Sancho look like a pub team player. Signing's not going well? Question mark, says Amy Assey. I mean, have you seen Sancho at United and Sancho at Dortmund, though? Because the Sancho at United is not being given the same opportunities. I don't think he's not being given the same team to go and play in. Whereas if you look at, Rafinha and Leeds, they're playing a super attacking style a lot of the time. And it's gung-ho. Their defending is shocking. So their attacking has to be really good. That's why he's got 10-plus goals in the league last season. It's overinflated attacking guff. But the rest of the team, defensively shite, mate. So, okay, they're attack heavy, right? They're getting goals. But also, their defending is absolutely atrocious, Zane. So, probably suits a team like Arsenal down to the ground, lad. But in all fairness, look, he is a good player, mate. You are making a bit of headway on that move, right? He's a lot of money. But I don't think you've seen the best from Jadon Sancho yet. You're slagging off Jadon Sancho saying Rafinha makes him look bang average, but we haven't seen what Jadon can do yet. That was a shit Manchester United side that he slotted into last season. I don't think he looked awful. He didn't set the world alight. He didn't look like a £73 million player throughout the campaign. But it was his first season in the Premier League, and he was in a really bad team. I feel for Jadon Sancho. I think you're going to see Jadon Sancho unleashed, Zayn Miassi. Jadon Sancho unleashed this season under Ten Hag, because Ten Hag, his type of style of football, maybe will favour Jadon, maybe more akin to the sort of football that he was playing at Borussia Dortmund. I think Sancho's going to come alive this season under Erik Ten Hag. So you just hold your horses, bud. Hold your horses, bud, and just wait and see what happens. I personally think you're wrong. I think Sancho's going to be a baller. I've seen quite enough from him to think that he has progressed a bit this season. He had a really slow start, and then he did show a few glimpses and started getting to a little bit of a run of form at one point. It just never really happened for anybody in the team this season, though. But now that's harsh, man. All right, let's have a vote in the chat, though, about Sancho. Zayn Miassi's gone in here raw with his Arsenal delusion. So I'd just like to ask you in the chat, do you think that Jadon Sancho will have a good season? Yes or no? Do you think Jadon Sancho will have a good season? Thank you, Paul Clayton, Ten Hag's Reds, for getting that one in there, my son. Oh, Busy the Beast. Thank you so much for your super chat, mate. Sorry, not your super chat, your highlighted member comment. He's been a member of this channel for 11 months. Guys, get a hashtag 11 months in there. He says another one. Oh, thank you so much, Busy the Beast, for being a member all this time, bud. Almost a year. Get in there, hashtag 11 months for a Busy the Beast. Yes, says the Vutinator. Yes, says Joe Crossman. Yes, says Seaborn Gracias. How you doing, Seaborn? Hope so, says Amit, and It's Only Me, Mick. No, he's lazy, says Mark Harris. What's a good season, though, says Case Later. Good question. Okay. Well, what I mean is by a good season is, he's progressed. He's getting decent statistics. I'm not looking for, 20 plus goals. But, you've got 38 games in a Premier League campaign. If he's playing the right wing and he's playing the majority of the games, he's got to be looking at getting double figures in goals and assists. So I think a good season for him, a great season for him, would be if he could get something like 9 or 10 goals, 9 or 10 assists throughout the course of a 38-game season. For his second season as a young man, that would be a good season. Now, if he got 5 assists, 5 goals, and that's not a good season, is it? But if he's getting double figures in terms of assists and goals, I think he would. You'd have to say it's a good season. Yes, there's Burn on the Red. Yes, there's a Busy the Beast. So most of you think he's going to have a good season. I think he will too. I think he'll be revitalized. I think you'll be surprised with how some of these players turn a corner under Ten Hag. Last season was like this weird season. We started it so promisingly with Ronaldo, Sancho, Varane coming in, but Solskjaer got it wrong. We didn't get the midfielder that we needed as well, which is a big problem. Varane was injured at a key time when we didn't need him to be injured. It all went wrong. Solskjaer got sacked. We're now in a terrible place. We now have an interim manager coming in who's can't really command what he wants from the dressing room because that just isn't in the team. They haven't got that style. They haven't got that determination. It seems they're a bunch of bottle jobs, really. The standards slipped under Ollie, and they continue to slip under Rangnick. And then basically what happened is, they didn't have anything to play for. That's what it seemed like. They sort of down tools these players, didn't they? If we're being honest, they didn't give a toss anymore. So I think you'll see a big turning off the corner because this is actually the proper guy. This is a disciplinarian. This is somebody who expects a certain standard. And if you're not giving him that standard, he's going to give you a little bit of a fucking dressing down. And he's also going to drop you. And hopefully he's going to be somebody that does make proactive decisions, play attacking football, is looking to, maybe not immediately, but long-term, get this football club back to playing attacking, attractive football whilst winning games. So hopefully he should be a breath of fresh air at United. But it's going to take a bit of luck and also patience, I think, for United to really get back there. Also, what was I? Oh, yeah. So I was just running down the news. He's also made his introductions to the squad today at Carrington, and they've got to meet each other. A lot of the playing staff, anyway. Not all of them. There's still some that are on leave, still on a holiday, such as Slabby Maguire on his honeymoon. Let's hope that lasts for a couple of years. That one. Anyway, okay, so let's get pretty much into the live chat then, everybody. Thank you so much to you all for watching this stream. Do smash that like button, hit the old thumbs up if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe. We're actually nearly at 200 likes, so keep dropping thumbs up. And now's the time to have your say, guys. Thank you for listening to me waffle for 52 minutes. Now it's time to get in the chat and see what you legends have got to say for yourselves. So please do have your say. I'm going to stick around for a good 10 minutes or so. Nice one, Nut. He says 11 thumbs up to go. Smash it. Oh, thank you very much, Nut. Appreciate you, man. Nice one. We can't get Jude, but we can get Job, says Pogo Gamer. There's not tonight, Aiden plays. I'm going to take a chill tonight, man. Tony Devil's Red Hodgson. What's going on? He says Ten Hag will stand for no nonsense. Exactly. That's it. That's what we need. Ollie was too nice, in all fairness. He was a heck of a nice guy. I mean, Ragnick's a disciplinarian. But they sort of knew he wasn't even going to be there come the end of the season. So are they really trying their absolute hardest for him? And also, you've got to be honest, there were a few toxic characters around as well. I think that a lot of the players who are leaving, or some of the players who are leaving, well, they didn't make it easy for Rangnick when he came in because there was links in January with these players going. It caused a little bit of upset in the dressing room. And we saw a lot of players leave who maybe didn't have their hearts in it towards the end. People like Pogba, Lingy, Cavani, etc. Maybe they didn't truly have their hearts in it at the end. Now, that didn't help out Rangnick at all. Disco says, I think Ronaldo is going to love Ten Hag, both about commitment and hard work. Yes, lad, that's it. Oh, man, imagine having a consummate professional like Ronaldo in your team. That's my captain. That's the guy I want to see the captain because he's got the best qualities. He's the GOAT and he's got the best professionalism as well. It's a triple package with Ronaldo. Plus, he's a handsome bastard. Make him the captain. It's a no-brainer. Scouser on the Wheel says, as Alan Partridge said, sack them for being disloyal. Who left this cup here? Fair enough, Scouser on the Wheel, I like that. But you know what he also said? Smell my cheese, you mother. So that's another quote. Your rebuild needs more than De Jong, says Jack McGrath. Yeah, fair point, but it's a good starting block, isn't it? To get this beast midfielder in who's going to control your midfielder, and sort your team out really when it comes to playing out from the back. That's what we struggled at. Mark Harris, totally agree with you. He says Southgate is Ollie 4.0. Mate, he is. Slabby, the captain, leader, legend, Ronaldo leaving, says Dale V. That would be the worst possible summer ever, wouldn't it? Ten Hag does a press conference and he says, I'm backing Maguire. And by the way, Cristiano Ronaldo's going to Bayern Munich. Paul Trussy, he says, how many more players are we going to ruin with stupid money? Good point. Yeah, there's, I don't know, probably a lot more. Martial, been ruined with stupid money. You can argue Rashford's been ruined with stupid money. Phil Jones, stupid money. Lingard, stupid money for these players. Pogba, stupid money. I agree. There's too many players that were given too much too soon, and they just given up. Spell my Jesus. Our board is so stupid, says Batman Knight fan. Mark Harris 3 says, given Antony's young age and talent, he is not just a cost for the Glazers, but an investment. That's Dutch Christ right there. Fair play to you. Well, okay. Yes, that's a good point. I guess in terms of the commercial aspect of it, he does also open up that commercialization in Brazil, which is an important factor as well. United like to sell shirts in Brazil, just like they like to sell shirts anywhere. And just having a Brazilian star player like that for the next sort of years, it definitely will help them with their profile in South America. That's how it goes. So, yeah, fair point. Also, it's just a good signing for the future, like you say, because he is young. And as an asset, he'll probably only appreciate in value. But also, now's the time to sign him, really, because he's probably going to be even more expensive if you leave it another summer. Do you see Garnacho getting good game time? Looks a good talent. I think so, Woody. Yeah. I mean, when we say good game time, I think sporadically. I don't think he'll be playing week in, week out like Greenwood was, say, as a youngster. Greenwood played a lot of games for us. I don't think Garnacho will quite play as much as that, but I think he will play. I think you'll see Ten Hag utilising quite a few of the youth players and developing them in certain competitions, giving them a cheeky little Europa League game against a farmer team there, cheeky little 20 minutes at the end of a cup tie here, and all that sort of stuff. So I do think so. I do think it's worth keeping Garnacho around in order to develop him rather than loan him. Yeah, Johnny, Maguire won't be able to catch up with preseason training. Woody, 13 minutes this season, says Mark Harris. Hey, what's going on, Alex Duncan? How's it going, man? I hope you're doing well, bud. Big T says Fred will score double figures this season. I've seen it in my tea. I love that, mate. Was that any chance peyote that you saw it in? I don't know. Reece Brown says Greenwood will be back soon. Just have that feeling. Don't see it myself. I personally think Greenwood's kicked his last ball for Man United, but maybe for a different team. I could see that happen one day. Newcastle should get Maguire and Jones, says Batman. Even Newcastle got a better defence than us now, guys. They signed Sven Botman. Sven Botman's a good player, man. How did they do that, by the way? They fended off the interest of, AC Milan, and they signed Sven Botman. That's been confirmed. I mean, to me, that's absolutely preposterous. But there you go. Newcastle. Hey, Newcastle could be one to watch out for this season if they continue to make good signings like that. I think that's a good signing. And when I say they got a better defence than us, I'm being truculent. Of course, we got Varane. We got Maguire, who is a good English standards player, right? But come on, they're shite. Eddie Trooper with a $17.99 super chat. Mate, come on, let's everyone get a sue in the live chat there for Eddie. Thank you so much, my friend. You're the Don. Thank you very much. He says, Ten Hag will be like a level 50 boss on Tekken. Instant carnage for those Instagram toss bags. Like an old seasoned bald one. Who was one of the bald ones, mate? Hayahachi? Oh no, he had a bit of hair around the side. But he was wise and old, mate. Yeah, he's going to Hayahachi the shit out of them there, Eddie Trooper, lad. Mate, thank you so much, dude. Thank you very much for getting in there with your super chat, my friend. I appreciate the sues, everyone, as well. And thank you very much for that, dude. That's very generous of you. Really appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're right. I hope he goes in there and just cleans house, mate. Really, really do hope. He's going to spend, of course, a bit of the preseason determining who he wants to get out. So it's all well and good deciding who we're trying to get in. But we also will see, I think, now that he's actually started working in the preseason, over the next few weeks with games in the tour and also with training and assessing players, assessing players at the moment, he will decide who should be going as well. So, like, we know there's an interest from Fulham for Andreas Pereira, but maybe he'll even just assess Andreas Pereira, these players and things like this over the next couple of weeks in order to get a decision made. Kick-Ass says Sue and Michael Price also. K-Slater in 3 years challenging for the title. Okay, great question. I like your style. So, guys, how long do you think it takes Ten Hag to challenge for the title at Manchester United? That's if he can even do it. That's if he doesn't get sacked before then, you know? So, mate, what's this shit? What's this shite that's just popped up, mate? No way. They've got some new bullshit on YouTube, mate. They're trying to encourage adverts to what? Dudes, calm down, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You're not making enough cash already. Now, there's some things just popped up. It says, now would be a good time to insert adverts. Creators earn more money by inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. No, I'm not going to fucking give it a try. I'm not going to insert an advert in midstream. Are they taking the piss? Mate, that's piss poor, that is. Anyway, 9 years to Chet McGrath. Kick-Ass says 2 years. Mark Harris says 35 years. Mason Kamen says 5 years. Yusuf says 6 years. 3 years at least, says Shubman Sandy. Josh Lee thinks 5. Guys, I think it's going to be a good few seasons, isn't it? It's going to be several years. Mark Harris says 35 years. Let's hope it's not 35 years, right? Because 35 years is getting on for Scouser levels. It's bigger than Scouser levels. So we don't want that. But it's already been too long, if you ask me, for a club like United, who should be the richest, best club in the land because of our history and the support that we've got and the traditions that we've managed to uphold of being a successful football club for a long time. We've had our spells, we've had our moments. Of course, every club has its dark moments, and we have had years of darkness well before this time as well. But generally, we're one of the best supporter clubs in the land. Of course, everybody knows that around the world. So United is a huge club. We should be more than capable of challenging for the title, but because of that, we're just several years away from getting back there, I think, guys. Yeah, it's going to take a big rebuild. 60 years, says Dale. Oh, nice one, Robin. I can't believe they've got now a button that says insert an advert. I mean, you know, it's not even worth it, guys. Like, I think you get like half a penny per view or something. I've got 300 people watching right now. What's that like? I suppose it's like a cheeky little, you know, £1 fiddy. You know what I'm saying? If you all watch the advert. I'm not going to do it, guys. Don't worry. We don't have mid-roll adverts on this channel, mate. That's piss poor. Anyway, I guess they're just trying to help me make £1.50, to be fair to them. Big Bear says, sorry, I had to rush out earlier. I should have told you to open it. Oh, no worries, Big Bear. No worries. It's just because it said you were still on there. I wasn't sure if you're up to something. But hey, that's no problem. We can do it next time, bud. But good to see you in here, Big Bear, you legend. Hey, no worries. I understand things get busy and all that. So no problem at all, dude. Soon YouTube will just be adverts, says James T. Interesting, Steve H. Well, I wouldn't say that's breaking news, to be fair, but there has been reports that, yeah, he could be one of the highest paid players at United when he signed, because there are some reports that he's set to earn £350,000 a week. But then again, some of that may well be, I think, isn't some of his deal at Barcelona paid by Nike or something like that? I don't really understand how it works, but yeah, you might be right. We definitely did Batman Nike fan, mate. We were very lucky. Why did Batman Nike fan's message get deleted there? I don't know. But we did enjoy a lot under Sir Alex Ferguson. You're right, Batman Nike fan. Not tonight, sub to Flying Pig United. They won't be, I'm sorry to say. Thank you, Duncan Bolitho, for subscribing to the channel. You know it makes sense. Come on. Go on, Duncan. If you're new to this show, everyone, I'll just say it one last time here, but make sure you hit the subscribe. This is a no bullshit United channel. We don't talk about clickbait guff on this channel. We talk about all the latest news and reports. We're 11 subscribers away from 58,500. Only 11. Is there 11 of you legends out there who have yet to subscribe to this channel, who stumbled across it for the first time? Or maybe you're just one of these lurkers and jerkers that just hangs out but doesn't even subscribe. Let us know by putting a 1 in the live chat if you're new, and I'll shout you out. But also hit that subscribe button, folks. Help us get there. We're really, really close. We're really close. Oh, nice one, Ben Stetter. We got 180 likes as well. Nice, guys. Creeping up with the likes as well. Let's get that 200, baby. Dana, 200 likes, baby. Sorry, guys. That's probably loud. I don't know what happened there, Batman Night Fan. I don't know how your comment got deleted there. It just says deleted, but it was fine, your comment. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I think that's just an accident. This is Piggy's advert, says James T. Exactly. I'll just promote myself. You know what I mean? Never mind putting adverts for other stuff in there. Fucking, let's advertise this channel. You know what I mean? You're here watching this stuff. Let's advertise this channel. That's right. Sub to Flying Pig United, guys. If you're not, then you're mad in the head. Guys, smash the 69 in there. If everybody who's not subscribed here should subscribe to this amazing community of legends for no bullshit, up-to-date Man United news. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway, we need Ruben Neves alongside Stephen. Yeah, nice one, Stephen Dragbon. Oh, that would be a dream come true. To be honest, if we could get Neves and De Jong in, that's what we should do. If United had the ambition of a club that was trying to close the gap with the top teams, that's what we would do. Nice one, Jack McGrath. Nice one, Kate Cadet. Literally only 2 people. Fair enough, though. You guys got my back. You guys got my back. Mark Harris says, this season going to be Abbott Costello. It's going to be funny, says Mark Harris. Oh, I don't know. I'm feeling quietly optimistic. I think 4th place is where we're going to be realistically fighting for. Thank you, Big Bear. Dale says 69 years. Sub to Biggie. Thank you, Dale. Steve. Oh, well, we'll see about that. I mean, I personally don't think there has been any personal terms agreed. I think that that's hearsay and clickbait rubbish, personally, because, I mean, there may have been verbal conversations there, but of course, we haven't even agreed anything with Barca. I mean, often we know that personal terms and things like that can be verbally agreed beforehand. But I just don't know. I mean, I just don't know about that personally. I think there's still a lot of business to be done in regards to actually getting contracts sorted out. They show adverts before your stream. They do before, indeed, Philip Chapman. Before's okay. But during, I just think, what the hell, you know? What's that all about? They're actually trying to encourage me to bang one in there. Piggy turned into a hypnotist, says Pogo Gamer. United Till I Die says, likes people, this is a great news update. Pig goes to the pigsties. He gets his missus drunk early and he carries on all night. Crikey. United Till I Die, thank you for that, bro. I didn't see that last part going. Thank you, Drew, who I can see that, actually. K Slater says, what a sales pitch, Piggy. Nobody would avoid subscribing after that. Exactly. Enigma47, how you doing there, bro? He says, you're better than Goldbridge. Well, thank you very much. Everybody likes what they like, mate. I mean, end of the day, we've got 60k subs and they've got over 1 million. So you're in the minority. But at the same time, I agree with you. James T says, I could see Maguire going to Barcelona. Oh, we got a De Jong update. Let's have a look at this then. So Frankie de Jong is now negotiating his salary with Manchester United as there's almost an agreement between clubs, right? Okay, that's quite interesting. So now there's a latest report this evening that's come out from Sport over in Spain that says that Frankie de Jong is now negotiating his salary with United as there's almost agreement between the 2 clubs. Yeah, you see, I mean, there's nothing agreed at this moment in time. And also, even that is speculation because really, look, if things are getting close, that's when negotiations for wages and things like that will take place. But there's no point really getting into any of that business until there is actually a firm, concrete understanding that the 2 clubs are going to agree a deal. So, yeah, anybody that said that Frankie is agreed terms with United is a bullshitter. there you go. Thank you, Rushman. It says quality over quantity, Pig. Exactly, my son. You're not typing that again, says Kate Cadet. Oh, okay. Good news, finally. I'm going to stick around for 5 more minutes, folks. I'm having a fun time. It's quite late. It's 11:15. There is no FIFA tonight, but I'm going to stick around for a few more mins anyway. We're 3 likes away from 200 now, folks. Get in there. And let's have your say. I'm just going to try and read out some comments of people I haven't actually read yet. Hey, Chocolate Salty Balls, what's going on? Adam Asquith says some actual good news. Well, sort of. I mean, there's some sort of news that's coming out about it, but not overly. You can see it happening, says James T. I think it's going to happen, guys. I think we'll get him in. Thank you, Disco Dave. We do need a Maguire replacement, Mark Harris, but no news on that at the moment. I mean, there is a link with Lisandro Martinez. Other than that, you know, there's still links with Jury and Timber, but nothing official from United going for anyone. But there is an understanding United could enter the race for Lisandro Martinez at some point. Read us a bedtime story, says Jack McGrath. Okay, right. I'm going to tell you a story about... I'm going to read you a bedtime story called Jack and the Beanstalk now, which is about a boy who called Eddie Woodward, who goes down to the supermarket and buys some fucking magic beans of this bloke instead of getting a cow, which is what he should have got. And then he goes up this big fucking green chute that grows out of these magic beans into the clouds. And there's a big man up there, a giant man who goes by the name of Slabby Maguire. And he's like, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the butt of an absolute financial wanky banker. Let's fucking shit the bed together all over the place for the next several years. And, you know, something along the lines of that. I don't know. There's a story in there somewhere. Anyway, never mind. The story of how Maguire dummied the ball straight to fucking... That's really where we've got to this situation. The Glazers sent Woodward out to get a fucking cow or get some, you know, whatever they sent him out for. And he's come back with a bunch of fucking magic beans, mate. That's what's happened. There we go, says James T. Mark Harris says the end. Oh, dear. Yeah. What about Pau Torres? Well, there was still an interest there. We know that, Pete. But I think it's just the fact that Ten Hag's got a history with Martinez and Timber. But if he didn't have that history, or if they're not available, or if they go elsewhere, I think you'll see that Pau Torres interest rekindled. Brazilian wax job by Ed Woodward says right. Kick-ass is loving it. You're sleeping out. Me too, Big Ben, mate. I'm really tired this evening, actually, mate. Ben Conroy, how's it going? He says the story of how Harry Maguire dummied the ball straight to fucking De Bruyne. Oh, that was the worst, man, wasn't it? What an idiot. I can't get over that. What a great dummy. Nice one, Jack McGrath. Pig, they're discussing Frankie's wages now, says Luke S. Yeah, that's right. We got some info come out a few minutes ago. We just mentioned that we're now negotiating his salary. That's what a report said from Sport, by the way, in Spain. So take it with a pinch of salt. But these things, that's how it goes. When the clubs get close to reaching agreements, that's when, even sometimes slightly before, but that's when players and clubs begin discussing potential wages and things like that. Thank you, Ben Conroy. Appreciate that, bud. He says, honestly, love your reactions on this channel. From a City fan, thank you very much, you absolute City scum of Ben Conroy. Appreciate that. We don't want a Spanish Maguire, says Kate Cadet, but is he a Spanish Maguire? That's harsh, mate. Love that story. Thank you, Dale V. Memphisto says a report out of Newcastle this morning said Ericsson had turned down a move to United and is now more likely to sign for Newcastle or Leicester. That's the Geordies putting out propaganda mush. Daniel Nicholson says Maguire to Barcelona, the biggest joke in football ever. It made me laugh. I know, mate. I had to chuckle at that one as well. Nice one, Adam Smith. Thank you, Rush Mano. He says subscribe to the channel. Thank you, please do. Nas786, hello, bud. Pogo Gamer says Woodward is down a back alley sniffing some mingy cash on a corner of a red light district. Oh, fucking hell. The KKS is going to be weeks before we sign anyone. 200 likes. We did it, baby. We did it. Break out the red panties. United get battered everywhere. You what, Jack McGrath? I think you're thinking of some other scum. Anyway, I am not tonight, though, Daniel's son. Guys, we're going to pretty much wrap this video up there. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure as always. I just want to say thank you to the community that makes these streams what they are, because you're getting in here and we all chat and have a bit of banter and have a laugh and discuss the football club that we love. Some of you discuss the football club that you hate, because there's definitely some City scummers, Liverpool scummers, etc. that come in here and like to have a bit of banter as well. But most of you United fans, and anyway, we welcome people around here as long as you're not a complete tit. So, thank you all for watching this stream. You're an absolute bunch of stars. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you do drop a like before you go and hit the sub up if you're new. We'll give you all the latest updates tomorrow in regards to, Jong or anybody else. Thank you, Rushy. Thank you so much, Batman, Marky Harris, Big Bear, Chocolate Salty Balls, Ben Conroy, UTD Till I Die, Rushy Mano, Ben, Pogo Gamer. Thank you, Cake It. Yeah, I'm going to have a bit of an evening off now. Thank you, Daniel Nicholson, man. I appreciate you, brother. You love the banter. Nice one, Ben. Pig Bear says, please don't go. Thank you, UTT Till I Die. Thank you, Connor Matthews, Pogo Gamer, Adam Asquith, Nas, Jack McGrath, Amit Kumar, Pete Morris, Merrick, Marky Harris, Connor, everybody. I really, really appreciate all you guys for watching this stream and getting in here. Yeah, go on then. Let's raid G-Wolf United then, my friend. Let's go give G-Wolf a raid. So if you want to go and raid somebody, here's G-Wolf. Raid, let's go Piggy raid. We'll send some fellows over there. Guys, check out G-Wolf United's channel. He's just got to 500 subs. Big up, G-Wolf. But that's the end of this show. Thank you all for watching. Merrick, Makato, hope you're good, bud. Pete Morris, Kate Cadet, Nas, Amit, Burnout the Red. Big up yourself, man. Thank you for subscribing there, Ogre Nataga, and also Enigma47. Appreciate you guys supporting and getting subscribed. Eddie Trooper as well. Thank you so much for your super chat, bud. Thanks to all the super chatters. Thanks to all the members. Thanks to all the moderators. Thanks to everyone for chatting. Nice one, Big T. Nice one, James T. Nice one, Josh Lee. And everybody else as well. That's basically going to be it from me. You want to hear another story? You want a little bedtime story, do you, to end on? That Jack and the Beanstalk what wasn't good enough for you? All right, okay. Well, in that case, I'll tell you the story of Eric versus Goliath. Eric versus Goliath. Eric was a little bald man who came in from the Netherlands, and he was tasked at hand of destroying a big fucking monster Cyclops gas-tastic defender who was 16 foot tall and with a head like a fucking shithouse. And his name was Slabby Maguire, not Goliath. It was Eric Ten Hag versus Goliath Maguire. And in the end, Ten Hag beats him with cunning, and he doesn't dispatch of him in a physical, powerful way. He just hits him in the big cranium with a small stone in a precision area, right to the fucking temple, my son. And that was the end of Slabby Maguire, guys. So let's hope that we see a new rendition of that, my friend. Eric Ten Hag taking a stone, metaphorically speaking, of course, to Harry Maguire's big old massive fucking slab. Good night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Drop a like, subscribe, follow us on social media at Flying Pig United. Also, check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com, for your latest news. Check out the social media accounts, Flying Pig United on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all the rest of it. Cheers, Kick-Ass, Scott Corden, Mark Harris, Enigma, Real Bro, Marky, Pogo, Dale, Batman, Amit, Connor, Rushy, and everybody else. Have a good one. That's the end of the news. I'll be back tomorrow with the latest updates. Catch you on the next one, guys. Stay classy. And remember, see you later, guys.